Sean Tatel, ThaBoxingvoice.com, here with trainer of Jesse Vargas, the WBO welterweight champion, Dewey Cooper. How you doing, Dewey?
I'm great. How are you?
Well, thanks a lot for having us, man. Before I jump into Pacquiao Vargas, I actually wanted to ask you, how does boxing, because you're a man who fought in K1, was a two-time world champion in martial arts, how does boxing hold its own as a martial art compared to what would be considered the elite forms of combat, the elite forms of martial arts?
Boxing is a simplified version of the martial art. It's just a hand art. But, in China, they do Chinese boxing. They call it, Wing Chun, you know what I mean? So boxing is a martial arts, and boxing is very effective because it's a simplified version of effective techniques. There's no spinning back fist and none of that. Everything is simplified and exact. So boxing can hold its own against any art. It's never the art, it's the person doing the art.
So no matter the art, whoever the guy is better at their respective skill, that's probably going to come out on top, not whichever martial art they want.
Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. If a boxer's fighting a wrestler and he tackles him, gets him to the ground, of course the boxer has the advantage. If the boxer lands their right hand on anyone, no matter if you're a Muay Thai fighter like myself, a kickboxer, a grappler, jiu-jitsu wrestler, they land the right hand, most likely it's over. So it's never about the art, it's about the person doing the art, because we all have special skills, and how we make those skills effective is up to the individual person.
Gotta ask you a cliche question. Are you prefer your personal preference, boxing or UFC?
Remember, I got 25 pro boxing fights. I had 3 losses in boxing. So boxing or UFC, I gotta go with boxing, just because it's 12 rounds, it's 36 minutes versus 5 rounds, 25 minutes, and it's a more simplified art. You only have 2 weapons, which are your hands, so you have to be a true expert at what you do, versus a company like UFC, where you have all these different weapons, so you don't truly have to be an expert at any one particular weapon. UFC is awesome. I fought all 3 professionally: boxing, kickboxing, and mixed martial arts. The mixed martial artists are probably the toughest as far as physically tougher, because, everything goes. You can get your arm broke, you can get kicked in the head, leg, grappled up, choked out. All mixed martial arts guys are definitely tough and has hardened balls, but boxers are more specialists, more skilled, and sharper at what they do, because you have a few weapons, so you have to really master your weapons in boxing.
You think boxing will always be okay as a box office draw, or will it ever be surpassed by UFC?
I think boxing will be okay for one reason. It's a worldwide sport. It's an Olympic sport. And as long as it's an Olympic sport, it's going to be viewed as a elegant, supreme type of professional sport, where mixed martial arts in some places isn't even legal. I was in China when they had the first mixed martial arts fight in 2009, Big D, and the first fight, I was there when the guy took the guy down and started hitting him on the ground. People rioted in the stadium, and that's no lie. I was at that show. It was a Wuling Feng show in Nanning. Was it Luoyang or Nanning? Anyway, it was in mainland China. The guy took the guy down and started punching him, and the crowd went nuts. So in some places, mixed martial arts is just getting accepted right now. Even, by the way, when the UFC did their shows in China, they were not very successful, and the UFC is awesome. So to answer your question, sorry about the long, elaborate-ass answer. Boxing is a prestigious Olympic sport, so it'll be here for a long time. It's been here for over 130 years, 140 years. Mixed martial arts has been here, 30 years. So boxing is like the grandfather of all professional fighting sports. MMA is like the nephew that's getting popular and becoming his own man.
Thank you for the education, man.